90 Day Fiancé fans got excited for Julia Trubkina and Brandon Gibbs because the many rumors that started years ago came to fruition, and the TLC couple expects a baby. But this weekend, Brandon decided to have some fun and trolled his supporters. Confusion rumors. Back in August, Julia Trubkina announced her pregnancy. Genuinely, many fans congratulated the sometimes controversial couple, especially because she had experienced fertility problems in the past. However, when she posted various photos, sometimes she looked pregnant, and sometimes she did not. So naturally, 90 Day Fiancé fans wondered if she had already had her baby. From what we know, that bun is still in the oven. Possibly because folks questioned whether the baby had arrived yet, Brandon Gibbs trolled his followers, and those folks who didn't scroll through seemed to be totally taken in. The baby troll. On Instagram on Saturday, Brandon Gibbs shared a photo of himself sitting on a bench. In his arms, he cradled what looked like a baby all wrapped up in a blanket. However, subsequent photos revealed that he was cuddling his mom, Betty. Taking the troll further, he wrote in his caption, "Some 90 Day Fiancé fans became quite excited, wondering when the baby had arrived and what the gender of the child was. Of course, that probably only spreads more rumors that Julia recently delivered her child." Fans react to the troll. One fan reminded others that if they had scrolled through, they would have known Brandon was joking around. They wrote, "He is literally trolling everyone, people. Relax." Meanwhile, some other folks who did scroll thought it was amusing. One of them penned, "That is so funny lol, you are too much for sure." Then, there were the people who felt irritated and criticized the duo. Here are a few of those reactions. "The fact that you did this with your mother instead of your wife is so telling. I feel so bad for Julia. This actually frightened me. Your wife comes before your parents. Time to cut the umbilical cord already. Way too involved in their marriage. You're an adult now. When you get married, your spouse comes first. Your parents continually cross lines. Setting firm boundaries is necessary." Some TLC fans felt the need to defend Julia and Brandon Gibbs and pointed out that not everything on General Hospital spoilers. Will Drew lift Scout's restraining orders? If Alexis saves Willow from prison? General Hospital spoilers and updates suggest that Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, might lift the restraining orders against Scout Quartermain, Cosette Abinante. If Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, assists Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, in staying out of prison, she may have a chance for a continuing relationship with her granddaughter. Martin Gray cannot represent both Willow and Drew when it comes to court. Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, agreed to assist with Willow's arraignment, but that's where his legal support ends. Drew was displeased with that information, but Martin emphasized that he couldn't advocate for both the victim and the woman charged with shooting him. He recommended that Willow seek out the finest criminal defense lawyer she can find, as she's certainly in a precarious position. If this case doesn't turn in her favor, Willow could end up in prison for the remainder of her life. Meanwhile, Rick Hurst, has returned after his time in the basement and has been sharing a fabricated cult tale. Drew may not be interested. In rehiring Rick Lansing, he may deem him unreliable. Nevertheless, Drew might not be inclined to bring back someone as unreliable as that, especially with Willow's future hanging in the balance. Furthermore, GH spoilers have revealed that Willow is on the verge of acquiring a new attorney, which rules out Rick since he has previously represented her. Instead, Willow is likely to end up with a different lawyer, and there's a strong possibility that it will be Alexis. During the week of October 20th, 24, Alexis is expected to respond to an intriguing new proposal. Drew will likely assert that if Alexis is prepared to take on Willow's case, he can make it beneficial for her in terms of Scout. Drew may be willing to cancel the restraining orders. If Alexis represents Willow, Drew filed restraining orders against Alexis, Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, and Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy. He even filed restraining orders against Danny Morgan, Asher Antonizin, and Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr. He might consider dropping them if Alexis is willing to cooperate. Drew could potentially ensure that Scout will be able to reunite with her family if Alexis agrees to take on Willow's case. On the other hand, Drew might negotiate a tougher deal, only agreeing to lift the restraining orders if Alexis manages to secure a not guilty verdict. Regardless, this could be an opportunity that Alexis cannot refuse. And it seems likely that Alexis will accept his offer if she can get Scout out from under her corrupt father. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with GH right now.